I want to do this with this. I think if you have a good female director, get a good female director. I mean...
Don't try to force it,
Yeah. I mean, I heard other people that are like, well, if you have two, maybe give the woman director a chance first. I don't even like that, because I think everything should be equal, and no two people are ever going to be equal. You gotta look, well, she's really strong at cinematography and relating the characters, and he's better at action scenes and stuff. Like, you gotta go, well, which is more important to our movie? Like, there is no two fucking directors that are exactly the same people. So, I don't like that idea. I think if it's going to work, they need to really sit down. I can't believe with Wonder Woman, who's the big third in the Trinity, that they just literally talked 5 months ago. The way it would work is she would go in there, they'd be like, oh, we're doing Wonder Woman, what is your take? This is her take. Warner Bros. Would go, well, here's some of the stuff we need to add because we're building the universe. She would go, okay, and go and work on it. There's really no reason after 5 months you have creative differences that you can't work on, and she quits.
Yeah,
that seems really weird. Like, either they're skipping steps along the way, like, let's address the elephant in the room. They are well behind Marvel at this point. Man of Steel, at best, is kind of mixed on people. Like, some people really like it. I'm of the opinion that it's okay. I don't think it's anything horrible or great. I see a lot of weird plot holes in it, but I'm sure if I looked at any movie hard enough, I could find them. So, it seems like if Batman vs. Superman is really good, and I want to hope that Suicide Squad's going to be good, maybe Wonder Woman could just be okay and they'll be fine. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Wonder Woman bombs,
it's done.
Yeah, there's no cinematic universe. Like, no matter what your plans are for Flash, Justice League Dark, if you can't get the third biggest character in your company over, I don't even know. Like, you're kind of screwed. Like, I don't even know how to compare it to Marvel. It'd be like Spider-Man works, Wolverine works, Iron Man works. Like, if one of those three just just failed miserably. It's not like how Amazing Spider-Man 2 failed because of, like, stupidness in the movie. Like, if you do a Wonder Woman movie and people just don't connect to it, because I kind of get this weird feeling it's going to feel very much like a Captain America First Avenger. Like, from the rumors about it, they want to do it in World War II, and she's helping soldiers, and she's a superhero, and then time skips forward, and I don't know if they're just going to make her an immortal, or how they're planning on doing that. It just sounds really weird. Like, I wouldn't do it that way.
I hope not.
I don't know. I don't know how you really want to tell that Wonder Woman story. Like, I know the original rumor was the whole big, all superhumans on Earth are somehow connected to Kryptonians kind of thing, where, like, Amazonians were all descended from Kryptonians, and, like, that's why she has very similar powers to Superman. I'm going to say it right now. I can't imagine they go the God route. But
yeah,
it seems really weird if there's just, like, a fucking island of super powerful people that just, like, no one has ever flown a fucking plane over. Like, oh, they jumped up and punched out of the sky. Because that was the other big thing they talked about, is she's not going to fly in these movies. Which is weird. It just seems really weird. They'd be like, I want to do Thor, but you know what? Lightning is kind of faggy. I don't want to do that. No offense. I'm just playing a character. I have no issue with the gay folk. LGBTAQ, I think. That's all.
You're fine, dude.
But yeah, like, I don't know. It's really weird. Like, have you ever heard the Kevin Smith thing about when he was writing the Superman script?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I don't want him to fly and no suit, and he's got to fight a big spider. I will say this: I will literally buy the DVD of Wonder Woman and vomit on it if she doesn't fly in the movie because they want to give her an invisible jet. I don't give a shit how they work into the movie. No. The only way I could kind of see it working is if, like, they do her as a spy for the government kind of thing, and she just has, like, a stealth ship. But even that would be really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, no, she can't fly.
They should at least make a joke about it.
Like, I don't know why they're just like, no, she can't fly. Like, she's flown for so fucking long in the comics. It's like, it's not a thing anymore. You're like, yeah, but at one point she couldn't fly. Yeah, at one point Superman couldn't fly.
At one point, Batman had a gun.
Are we going to go back to, like, the Superman that barely could lift a car? His top speed was locomotive.
Things change in comic books.
Yeah, like, it's weird to code back on something. They'd be like, yeah, our Superman can't shoot heat beams anymore. I just never liked it. We're going to that Superman before that point. Like, granted, I don't want him to use the supernova. You know what the supernova is?
Isn't that like his new thing that he got?
That's his newest power. If he uses it in the movies and she can't fly, I'm going to Shoryuken the screen. Like, no! Wrong!
raging demon the screen.
Yeah. All the lights are going to go out.
You'll see the... And then, like, the fucking Akuma's, like, symbol.
It's going to say DFC in flames across. Like, no! I'll be so butthurt. If he just, like, spirit bombs whatever they're going to fight in Justice League.
Well, we're still on the DC thing. It's kind of... Because the guy who is playing Arrow has been confirmed to play Casey Jones.
Steve Amell, I think his name
in
is.
In the Ninja Turtles sequel, which I think they're calling Ninja Turtles Half Shell or something like that. But so Casey Jones confirmed. Bebop and Rocksteady are kind of confirmed. Like those are like the two characters that people have been talking about and that they want to put in. But at the same time, they also said they were going to put Baxter Stockman in the first movie, and he never showed up.
Yeah,
I mean, like he like he had a character and everything, but I guess his scene got cut out or whatever. So hopefully we'll see him in the second movie, and he'll do stuff.
I'm not too big on Bebop and Rocksteady. I think if you want to make it work, you have to do the Krang storyline. They could be in the movie, but I wouldn't make them the focus of the movie to do Bebop and Rocksteady.
Right.
Because I think it's pretty much like Shredder was turning into Super Shredder at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Spoilers, you haven't seen it by now, but whatever. You know, he had the mutagen, and he was like, I'm angry.
Like, I'm hoping the way that they go is like Shredder, and it better be Baxter Stockman. Shredder will have Baxter, because what's-his-face isn't there anymore. Pretty sure he's dead, I can't remember. But
No,
obviously...
I think he was fine. He got knocked
Did he get
out.
shot, though?
He got hit with a fire extinguisher.
Oh, right. That's
so, yeah,
right.
he's still alive. I don't even know if he got arrested. I don't think they showed him the rest of the movie.
No, either way, hopefully...
he might have died.
Hopefully Eric Sachs will be gone.
Yeah.
And they'll bring in...
Shredder
will bring in...
easily the weakest part of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they would have just cut all of his scenes and been like, you did good job acting, but, you know, it's really fucking stupid.
Yeah. Shredder will bring in Baxter Stockman. They'll start creating, like, some... Get on the Mutant Project.
On that, give us a better goddamn overarching fucking story than Resident Evil. God motherfucking damn.
What I'm hoping is, because I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to say because of the whole Michael Bay script thing and all the changes you guys made to try and appease the fans, and I appreciate that. I truly do, guys. And I'm one of your biggest defenders on the last movie. It's not a great movie. I enjoy it because I'm a Turtles fan, and I don't mind all the changes.
And I'll say I didn't mind it.
You know, it wasn't a terrible movie in my eyes, but still wasn't a great movie.
That last act was really weak sauce.
Yeah.
Like, I liked everything up until the Shredder kidnaps.
Yeah.
Like, that was okay. I could understand stealing the mutagen. I would have been cool if he literally did any other goddamn thing. Like, he's like, I'm going to create a bunch of monsters and release them. And, like, you get your Rocksteady and Bebop and your fucking Usagi Jimbo, like, little kind of things. But, like, you don't see them, but, like, they're in cages.
Right.
And, like, that was his plan. And then, like, for whatever reason, he had to go to New York to go dick around with it. But, like, the idea, I'm going to create a virus that only I can cure. And I'm going to make money. Despite the fact I'm super rich already. Like, that's stupid.
And just the whole thing with them learning ninjutsu through a book was just stupid.
I'm okay with that, actually. But how much better of the fucking story would have been if the Foot had planned to release Bebop and Rocksteady in New York and then defeat them and become heroes? Like, that was their idea. To create monsters to defeat in order to win power over New York. Like, I will use that.
Sort of like a Syndrome from The Incredibles kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I would have been perfectly alright with that kind of idea. Just the idea of, like, we have a virus and people will die and then I'll cure them and then...
Yeah, that was stupid. But I'm hoping you guys will actually take your time to keep Michael Bay in his little cage. Don't let him touch the script. Get some good writers on this, and I know you guys can make a good movie.
Yeah.
10 times better. I'm not getting my hopes up for, like, the biggest fucking movie ever, but I want it to at least be better.
Number 2.
Good.
You've got to have more turtles. Like, I like Megan Fox as much as, if not more, than most people.
Probably more than most people.
Yeah, not only because I think she's very beautiful, but I actually don't mind her as an actress. I wasn't huge on her in Transformers. But
nobody was.
I didn't think she was like some horrible thing dragging down those movies.
Oh, no.
Michael Bay.
But she was decent as April. I thought she did an okay job.
Yeah, I think Vern really saved her, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you need to do more with the Turtles. I am really unconvinced as to how Casey Jones can be an effective character when the Turtles are so superpowered.
Yeah.
You have to come up with like ways to make the Turtles vulnerable. Like, that was probably my biggest issue with the first movie. Is they really weren't in danger. Like, oh no, guns. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, they just bounce off of us. Oh no, poison darts. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, they just bounce off of us. Oh no, the fucking thing is falling down a cliff. They're bouncing off of fucking trees.
Yeah, I mean,
into
like,
cars. I'm like, oh, are they even fucking in danger?
Like, there are ways you can make Casey Jones work. In the new cartoon, they do a pretty good job. They did a whole episode where Casey Jones attempts to fight the Shredder. You know he can't do it. The Turtles know he can't do it. But, like, Casey Jones has, like, an opportunity to do something, and he ends up saving the day. You gotta, like, translate that into him becoming, like, a vigilante, not knowing his place, and then...
How would you feel if they gave the mutagen to Casey Jones to turn him into the Super Shredder, effectively? So, like, he could fight the Super Shredder. Like, I will tell you right now, if he's the one to beat Shredder in the new movie and he's Super Shredder, I will fucking double punch, double kick the screen. But, I mean, like, if he can come in and do something... Because, obviously, I think they're going to move on the Power Armor Shredder. I think no one liked that idea.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go with just a super-powered Shredder. If I were them, I would literally not change anything. I think the actor who was playing Shredder, best part of the whole fucking movie. I love the scene with him. Like, I know a lot of people are making fun of it, where he's like on his knees with his hands tied behind his back, and like the guy who wants to punch him, and he like catches his fucking hand in his chin, he snaps his arm, and he like just fucking beat the shit out of people. I'm like, yes, that is Shredder. That is 100% what I want from Shredder.
Yeah, but you guys gotta do a better job of the whole Japanese to English thing. Pick one, just kind of stick with it.
Yeah, I would never have Shredder talk.
Yeah, when he was talking to Karai, why didn't they just continually speak in Japanese?
I'm okay with it just because I can understand you're going to lose a lot of audience if they have to read everything he says. Like, granted, I fucking love his voice when he's speaking Japanese. Like, I thought he was just fucking...
Dude, I thought I jizzed my pants when he said, tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Yeah, I just loved everything he did. Like, I love that Shredder. We need more of him doing him.
Yeah,
literally just write him up in power as a Super Shredder. Don't change a goddamn thing about him. You know, just write him up to where he's super powered. Like, you could kind of go into, like, a steroid-esque kind of thing where, like, he's starting to lose his mind.
Kind of like Bane?
Yeah, kind of. Like, you could kind of write him like that. I think you definitely have to make him... You have to build him back up because you kind of fucked it up in the last, like, fight scene. Like, let's play Buck. And, like, that beats him. Like, like, I would have been cool with a lot of things, but that was just kind of...
Yeah.
That was too cheesy.
Even for the turtles.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to be more gritty, realistic turtles.
I was just kind of like, ugh, no, that doesn't work. Sorry.
It may have worked in, like, the old movie Turtles, because they were still kind of campy and goofy, but that's what they were going for.
Like, if I would... Alright, here's how Buck should have worked. You should have the turtles fighting him, and then, like, Raph or Leo or somebody hits his shoulders, and they realize he can't lift his arm up to block. And then you can make Buck work. Like, he's still kicking the shit out of him, but he has a weakness. He can't lift his right arm up. And, like, you work from that. And then, like, you work Buck, like, from the beginning with, like, them all attacking him on the left side, which leaves, like, that right arm that he can't lift vulnerable. And then, you know, you get your Leo gets the final shot in, hits him in the shoulder. You know, like, that's how they defeat him. And then he gets out of the fucking power armor, pulls his sword out while they're fucking around with the thing, and, like, stabs Leo. And then you have, like, everybody fighting the Shredder, and they knock his ass off a building. That's how I would have done it. That's the entire ending. Because fuck the power armor. I hated it. I hate the fucking magnet knives he was throwing around. I was kind of down on Karai in the movie, I gotta say. Like, I just don't think she was that good. I don't. That one character Tommy really liked, but I thought she was just kind of weak in the movie.
Yeah, they underutilized Karai. I don't know why. Like, she's supposed to be Shredder's number 2.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get her back, but they have to bring in somebody to make her, like, build her up. Like, if they're gonna do Han.
And
like, you build him as number 2.
They need to bring in the purple dragons and kind of, like, give Shredder, like...
I would even go with, like, Casey Jones being a former purple dragon, where her older brother is a purple dragon.
It's funny, in the new comics, his dad is Hun.
Yeah, I would do that.
And he is the leader of the purple dragons.
Like, that could work. And then, like, you see him, like, he's questioning things his father does, and, like, I would almost, like...
Yeah.
I'd get rid of the foot just because I think you damage them too much. Like, we want a ninja clan, not goofy terrorists. Like, I understand, like, oh, these are more accurate. Or what would be a threat? Like, no, I want badass ninjas. Like, I want the purple dragons to come in thinking the Shredder is weak. And, like, he looks like he's all, like, fucking hurt in bed. And then Hun comes over to, like, choke him. And the Shredder just, like, fucking beats the shit out of him. He's like, I am never weak. But in Japanese. Because if he speaks English, movie over. And throw the fucking... like chair.
I'd like to say though that the new cartoon did their own version of Hun, where he's like the new, because the purple dragons are a joke in the new one.
Yeah.
Hun comes in and he's like a Bruce Lee, like, you know, like he knows how to fight. He's like, you know, slim, you know, he's got the jacket, you know, he's all professional criminal. And I really like that one.
I think you need to go bigger though. Like,
oh yeah, he needs to be like.
You know who I would bring in is do you know who Nathan Jones is?
No.
He was a former professional wrestler. He's Australian. He's like an action star now, but he's a Muay Thai guy.
Oh, that's cool.
But he's a big dude. He's like 7 feet tall. I'd bring him in as Hun.
Yeah.
And then just work him. Because I think you need to make him look really intimidating. You have to have somebody who looks like there's a reason he could fight the turtles.
Yeah.
And then, like, by the end of the movie, you know, Karai kills him. And she takes over her spot as number 2. And I think by the end of the movie, you have to kill Shredder at the end of 2.
Yeah.
And then I think he needs to be rebuilt by the Krang. And however you want to do the Krang. I understand they're a little out there. But
yeah, if you want to do, like how the cartoon has, where the Utroms are the Krang and they're all evil. Or if you just want to do Krang as in, like, the 80s cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know how you'll do them. Like, I think it's going to take a lot of work. But I feel like that's the way they have to go after that. Like, I mean, there's other villains they could do.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you don't do them, people are going to be like, why don't you do them? But at the same time, it's like, how the fuck do you do them right? Like, you're obviously not bringing in the Tetradome or Terradome, whatever the hell thing is called.
The Technodrome.
That's it. Like, you can't really just, like, work that into just driving down Main Street. Like, oh no!
Oh look, it's the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade in the middle of June.
Yeah. And I'd say because Megan Fox lost her roommate, you got to bring in a new roommate.
Irma.
Yeah, you got to go with Irma. I think just like the comedy you could do with her will help the story along. Like, I would have her whole thing is, like, they don't want her to know about the turtles. But, like, she obviously figures it out really quickly, but they all kind of, like, try to keep it away from her.
Yeah. Like, she's kind of known about it the whole time. She just doesn't
like, I wouldn't really go so much for, like, the 80s version of her. I just don't know if that'll work.
They need to do, like, what they did in the new cartoon where she's, like, a goth chick. But they need to, like, put more emphasis on the goth not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Sort of like Lydia from Beetlejuice in a way.
I could kind of see
she's just very nonchalant, like maybe chew a bubblegum or something. That'd be funny. I think that'd be really funny. So, like, you don't really think about her too much, and she's like, oh, what, you mean your giant turtle friends? You know, she's just, like, flipping through a book or something.
I'm still like, I just don't know how to work Casey Jones in